All right, time to go ahead and swap in the E-locker axle onto the 4Runner. It's kind of late already in the evening, so we're gonna try to see if we get at least the axle, at least have everything bolted on or bolted off, sorry, and see about getting this one in. Finally went ahead and put the third member in with the gasket. So just like literally now is everything just ready to swap in. Then I have to go around and take the e-brake cables and what is it, the brake line hoses, bro, the brake line hard lines, and swap them into the new axle. And then once everything gets swapped in, I will have to figure out a way how to go ahead and run the relay harness to be able to activate it and disactivate the axle. But yeah, we're also kind of in a time crunch because at the end of the month we're going out for, it's a 4-day trip, but we're gonna make it 3-day off-road trip, and I still haven't even gotten no work done on the Tacoma, as in getting ready to bolt on except the paint on it. So I'm hoping by next weekend I'll have everything done and be able to start swapping it in there too. But as of now, we're gonna get this 4Runner together. All right, so I kind of went ahead and decided with all the little stuff, I ended up removing, let's see if I can get this clear for you. It's kind of losing daylight already. All right, there you go. So I decided to go ahead and start removing the brake lines, the speed sensor. Finally went ahead and took all the brake lines off. I pretty much just have them hanging up here. I'll just have to make sure they don't hang up or get tangled in whenever I drop the axle. E-brake cable, all that right there we're gonna end up reusing. And now it's just about removing the, what this called, panhard, and all the links, shocks, drive shaft, and hopefully by then be able to drop it in. And maybe tonight, or now probably just in the morning, just go ahead and swap in the new axle and then reconnect everything up. Oh man. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll just record from this end because I can actually see it.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want, just start picking up the tools that we won't need no more. Oh, you already recording? Whew. All right, guys, so it's already nighttime, but this axle is literally about to come off. I'll have to just jack it up a bit, unhook it from here. But lower links are off on both sides, shocks are off, drive shaft is off, the upper links are off too. Those were a pain in the ass to take off, I don't know, for some reason. Also, everything else gone. The reason why I kind of decided to leave the sway bar like this, man, sorry about my shaky hands, my nerves be a trip, is because that right there requires an Allen wrench, and those links there aren't really good brand, you could say, since we're gonna end up buying different type later on. But I thought it would be easier just unbolting these right here and probably just pushing it down and then be able to kind of slide out the axle. Then when it comes to putting the new one, just whoop, pop it up, and really that's it. But the only thing that we got to worry about whenever we come to taking off this axle was just these springs right here, because they're gonna come off with the axle. But everything else is like literally just hooked off already. As you can see, upper sway, oh, there you go, the other side link, everything. Yep. Now just get back at it tomorrow morning. I'm putting up the other axle, just whoo, right there. Yeah, boy. All right, so we got the axle off. Ended up not being too hard and kind of worked out the way I wanted it to work out. Now tomorrow, to put that one on there. Yep. But so far, so good. Hopefully tomorrow we can pretty much bolt on everything that we took off today, which comes like the brake lines, all the links, the shocks, put the drive shaft on. Hopefully put that on tomorrow, and still need to go pick up the seals for it too. and I'm hoping I'll be able to find them. If not, then I'll have to wait till Monday. But the goal tomorrow is to be able to have this thing driving, and then I'm gonna worry about doing the harness another day. But yep, so far so good. All right, it's the morning now. Was over here popping out these real axles, oh seals, sorry, my bad. Just actually just woke up about a couple minutes ago. Drink the coffee and get back at it. See if we'll get this thing on the road today. Yep. All right, so ended up getting caught up finishing this axle install. Definitely was a bit more than what I thought it was gonna take, but finally installed. Now we just got to go ahead and just tighten everything up and get the shaft in. We just got to go buy one more part and that's it. But yeah, so far so good. Probably about maybe 2 more hours or so, have a beer break, and then be done. Yep. Well, actually, not really be done. I still got to run the harness, but that's going to be probably another day, unless I can get that out the way today too. We'll see. But yep, so far so good. So everything's literally done, but boom, somebody got impact happy. So it's been a minute since I've done this, but pick these up. They're the cheapest one I could find at Home Depot. Actually, only ones I could find at Home Depot, so gotta make that work. So about to see if I could probably take the bolt off that just snapped. Oh, it's been a long day, but almost done. All right, but it will be rolling today. It will be rolling. All right, so I ended up snapping the, what's it called, extractor tool, whatever you, how you pronounce it. So let me show y'all what exactly I did. As you can see, ooh, right there, that little cut that I made, I literally just got my grinder and I cut through the bolt. Where is it at? Straight through, and had my brother just go ahead and just remove with a screwdriver. Now time to just shorten down this bolt a bit and get it on there. But I literally thought we were gonna waste more time than this. We should have done this from the get-go. Now I know for next time. All right, now shock is mounted. Now let's go ahead and get these tires on and sit it on its weight and bleed these brakes. Perfect. Beep, beep. All right, yep, it's been a long day, but just about done. All right, so we got the 4Runner rolling. The only issue right now is that we have rear driver's side backing plate rubbing, but we can't figure out where it's coming from. I don't know if y'all can hear the grind noise, but basically the backing plate is bent in and we already bent the hell out of it. But at this point, as I feel like we're rubbing at a different location where we were at before, so now it's just test and trial and see where it's all running. It was made. Oh, looks like we got it fixed. There's still little rubbing going on. I don't know from where now, but took out that big ratchet strap. Comes out, it was rubbing on top of the backing plate where we were working at the entire time. Bent the hell out of it. Hit that, hit it sharp, hit it sharp. Oh, nope. So far, so good. All right, guys, so axle is on now. Everything comes out. It was basically rubbing here on top. I just got a ratchet strap, ratcheted from, I forgot where I hooked it up. I hooked it up somewhere there. Basically just glided through here, hooked it up to the backing plate, ratcheted through. Now, I don't know if I had mentioned it already, but I was saying that the axle was from a 97. My brother corrected me and said it was from a 96. Probably won't make a difference. The only difference that I was running into from my brother's 2000 is this plate right there, right where the bolt is at. So I will show y'all in a bit on my brother's axle. We still have it, but where the bolt is at right here, there should be a hole for a screw. Then there's like another small hole right here. Then there's like a little, like another hole for like a screw around there. Y'all see. Then like a small hole where this tab goes into. So I was thrown off on how to run the lines because of that hole right there, since this one didn't have it. So what I ended up doing, just drill the hole and self-tapper into the bracket. So far, no issue with it, it's stable. So that's one thing that we ran different into it. Why it was different is because, let me see where I could tell you. So pretty much this my brother's forward has two brake hoses. There's one that goes up there, that one right there, then there's that one there. So this axle specifically had one brake hose, and both hard lines connected here. One went at one side, then the other one other side. But this, since it's a dual, I don't know what you want to call it, but so it has two brake hoses. Basically one hard line connects here, then the other hard line connects right there up to the brake hose. So that's what kind of made it a bit different, but it was nothing too, it was, once I figured out, it was nothing hard to go ahead and figure. So let me go ahead and show you my brother's axle real quick. I meant to say my brother's old axle, as basically here is where that bracket would mount. Oh, so there's only one hole, so that's where the little bracket, the little pin that's kind of sticking out from the other one, would just bolt here, well, sticking here, and then bolt here, be able to run out the lines. And here is the hard line from the axle, the one that's on the truck. And this is what I was saying, that there's one hose and they just ended up separating from each other, I mean from each side, from the center. But I don't even know why I'm recording right now, knowing that I got my truck on. I don't even know if they even heard me. But last thing to do now is just wire up the E-locker, or run the harness for the E-locker, and this thing should be rolling. Now to get started on that one, and I still haven't gotten my axle shafts done. All right, so we got the forerunner done. All we have to do is just connect the harness. We'll have to worry about that another day. Now it's time to do the Tacoma. Have my brother out here popping out the tires because we need longer jack stands. Boop. And then also I got to remove my shock too, so only way to do is actually taking off the tire. Boom, boom. Yep, but now it's time to get this one rolling. Hoping today have the axle mounted to it, and then by tomorrow I'll be able to go ahead and do the lower shock mounts on those. I decided to go ahead and just keep them at the same location because comes out, this shock here is blown. Oh, it's not coming off right now, but that one is leaked already. So I'm thinking of, instead of put them inwards from here down, I might just leave the how it is, push the shock more towards the center. Well, more towards the front. Have it right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and just cut up the wool well. Then just have the shocks here. And I'm thinking of probably doing Bilsteins again, but the rebuildable ones, which I think is a 7100s. But I might be running next. Not sure yet. We'll see once it comes down to replacing them. But yep, let's get this thing rolling now. All right, so the axle's off. Now to go ahead and see about bolting that one onto the truck. Probably call it a day. If not, see about even getting the brake lines lined up already. And tomorrow, do the shock mounts for this one. But yep, axle's out. All right, so got the axle mounted up. I don't know if I showed how I had these shock mounts in my old axle, but basically at this point, since I do plan on relocating my shocks, I'm going to try to bear with it. But my plan is to, I ended up ripping out my old mounts since they were easy to grab. My plan is to go ahead and flush these right here, try to catch that curve, and then grind it down and leave it the position of how it is. It has very minimum stress into it. I think I'll be able to bear with it with no issue. So the problem why I can't do it how I had it before is the fact that these here were flipped around. I barely had enough room to remove the bolt that holds the shock and the nut in between the leaf spring. Personally, we didn't really think that through when we first did it, but now that I've been playing around with these trucks and trying to figure stuff out, next time I plan on putting it here in the center, well, here at the bottom, and it'll be a lot easier to remove the bolt and stuff, so it'll be kind of sticking out. I'll be able to swoop, pop the bolt out. But that's gonna be once I get the new shocks and stuff. As of now, I have no choice but just to bear it, just to play with it like this. So I gotta call it a day for today. I got a couple things to do. Tomorrow is gonna be a day where I'm gonna start playing around with this, see how I mount it. If not, then, well, it's not really a if not situation. It's more the I have to just figure out how to mount it like that, because we're on the time crunch and I cannot be relocating all this stuff, and at the moment right now it's not even worth it, since I plan on getting new shocks coming up next year. But yep, axle is just bolted on there for right now. Things aren't tightened up. I still haven't received my shafts, so I'm hoping I'll probably get that next day or two and have it ready. All right, we back over here. Got the shock mounts, lower shock mounts welded up already to the frame, I mean to the axle. Right now I'm just gonna head just kind of wipe it down and paint again, basically. This shock is already blown, and so I technically had no choice but to weld them the way how they are. Also, to give me the clearance so I'll be able to remove the bolts. Wasn't really a fan on how I left them, but I technically had no choice, and I really don't have the time right now to relocate all the shocks on how I wanted to. So anyways, I'll be coming up with new shocks probably like in the next year, a couple months around there, since I need to replace the other one already. But yep, so far things are going pretty good. And phew, 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 phew. Shoop. Pew. Oh, that's no good. All right, guys, there's a quick update on the axle in the Tacoma. Pretty much just finishing on the bolt-ons on it and putting in the shafts that we got last night. As you can see, my brother's over here finishing the bolt-ons to the latch on the passenger side, and then after that we'll continue with the driver's side, and then we'll start to do the harness wiring on both trucks.